Welcome grade 3. How are you? Now we are at the last lesson for this week. It is our 19th class and we're still in unit 2, fraction. I know that this unit is really hard a little bit for you, but I think that this week it is a little bit easier for you. Okay, so our objective today, students will be able to add and subtract like fractions. Okay, do you remember what are the like fractions? 3/8, 5/8, 17/8. So the common denominator or the like denominator or the same denominator is 8. So these fractions, I can call them like fractions because they have the same denominator. Okay, look to the other group of fractions. Here I have 1 out of 5. And here I have 3 out of 8. And the last shape, it is 3 out of 4 parts. So take a look to the denominators. These denominators are totally different from each other. So what I call those fractions who have different denominators, we call them unlike fractions. And if you remember, we can easily compare between like fractions, but unlike fractions we can't compare between them easily. Also today, we are going to add and subtract the like fractions. Suppose that I have this pizza and I eat 1 out of 4 parts. And after a while I said, oh, I'm still hungry. Can I eat another piece? Yes, I will eat another part, 1 out of 4 also. So I end up by eating 2 parts out of the total 4. So at the beginning I eat 1 out of 4. Then I found that I'm still hungry, so I ate another 1 out of 4. So 1 out of 4 or quarter plus another quarter ends up by eating 2 out of 4. So let us see how to express this. It is 1 out of 4 plus 1 out of 4. Give me 2 out of 4. Do you remember what is the equivalent fraction for 2 out of 4? If you look to the shape, I eat how much? Yes, I finished eating half of the pizza, which is equivalent to 2 out of 4. But don't forget, here I'm adding or making plus 4 like fractions, or the fraction that have the same denominator. So my answer also should have the same denominator. Let us see another example. Okay, I have this chocolate and I will eat, because I like the chocolate so much, so I'm going to eat 6 parts out of the total 10. And I will give my brother 2 parts out of 10. So me and my brother together, we ate how much? Yes, we ate total of 8 parts out of 10. So how many left with me? 2 out of 10. But me and my brother together, we finished 8 out of 10. How? Because at the beginning, I ate 6 out of 10 parts. Then I give my brother 2 out of 10 parts. Together we finished 6 plus 2 is 8. So we finished together 8 out of this chocolate, that's 10 parts. So you can see that I have common denominators. So my answer should have the same denominator. Here I have a shape. And I choose to color 3 parts out of the total 7 parts in red. But my friend, she said that she's going to color only 2 parts out of the 7 in blue. So now, me and my friend, we finished coloring 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Together, 5 parts out of the 7. So let us see how to express this with fractions. 3 out of 7, this is the parts that I colored in red, plus 2 out of 7, these are the parts that my friend colored. Together we finished 3 and 2, we finished 5 out of the 7 parts. So can you see? We have common denominator or like fractions. So our answer should has the same denominator. Now, in this shape, I choose to color 2 parts out of the total 9 in blue, but my sister liked the pinky so much, so she said, I'm going to color 4 parts in pinky. So when we put our parts together, we end up by coloring 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Together we finished 6 out of these 9 parts. So I start by coloring 2 out of 9, and my sister colored 4 out of 9. Together we finished coloring 6 out of 9. The total parts colored is 6 out of 9. So our rule that if you have common denominator in 2 fractions, when you add them, you should have the same denominator in the answer. Now let us see. Oh, here I start by coloring 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 9 parts in blue. But when my sister looked to this coloring, she said, could you please remove 3 parts? Okay, but I start by coloring these 5 parts out of 9. Yes, but please remove 3. Okay, I will minus or remove 3 out of 9. So I should end up with how many parts colored? Only 2 out of 9. Let us see how we can express this in fractions. 5 out of 9, this is the parts I'm starting with, and I express it as a fraction. Then I take away 3 out of 9. I cancel the 3 parts out of the shape, so 3 out of 9. So I end up with 2 out of 9. So as you can see, here I'm making minus because take away or cancel, it means minus. Between like or unlike fractions, look to the denominators. Yes, common denominators means it should be the same denominator in my answer. Let's have another example. Okay, look to this shape. I start by coloring 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 parts out of the total 5. But after a while I said, but I need to take away 1 part. So I will take away, it means I will minus 1 out of how many? Out of my shape, out of 5. So if I have 4 out of 5 minus or take away 1 out of 5, I will take 1 out of 5. So how many left with me colored in pink? Only 3 out of 5 left with me colored in pink. So don't forget, I'm working here with like fractions. It means common denominators. So the same denominator should be in my answer. Let us see here. I start by coloring 3 parts out of 4. But after a while I said, I want to remove this pinky part. I don't like it. So if I start with 3 out of 4 and I want to remove 1 out of 4, I should end up with 2 out of 4. So take a look to the fractions. They are like fractions, have common denominators. So if we are making minus between like fractions, I should have the same denominator in the answer. When we subtract like fractions, the answer will have the same denominator. Let us practice. Okay. Now we are going to practice without any shapes, because we understand if we are making plus or minus between like fractions, I should have the denominator the same as I have it in the question. 3 out of 9 plus 4 out of 9. 3 plus 4 equals 7. Okay, this is the numerator. What about the denominator? The same as I have in the question, because they are common denominators. So I have 7 out of 9. Now take a look here. 2 out of 6 plus 3 out of 6. Like fractions? Very easy. I know what will be the denominator in the answer. The same, 6. But 2 plus 3, 5. So my answer will be 5 out of 6, or 5/6, or 5 over 6. Let's come to the next example. 1 out of 4 plus 2 out of 4. Easy. Like fractions, it means my denominator in the answer should be the same. And 1 plus 2, 3. So it is 3 out of 4. Now you can stop my video and start to solve the 3 other examples by yourself. Then check your answer against my answers. Now let's practice more with the minus. And take care, I'm going to work with like fractions. Very easy, Miss Sarah. Like fractions means my answer should have the same denominator. And 7 minus 1, from KG, it is 6. So I will write up 6, but down I know 9, 9, 9. So 6 out of 9. Let's go to the next example. 4 out of 6 minus 1 over 6. Oh, 6 is my common denominator. I should have it in the answer. But 4 minus 1, 3. Easy, Miss Sarah. So it is 3 over 6. Okay, 6 over 8 minus 1 over 8. Like fractions, the same denominator in my answer. And 6 minus 1 is 5. So it is 5 over 8. Now you can stop my video and try to solve the rest of the examples by yourself and check your answer against my answers. Okay, thank you for watching the video. I'm going to upload a worksheet as a PDF, so no mistakes in the editing will happen, inshallah. Okay, so please solve the worksheet that I'm going to upload it and send it back for correction. Thank you, grade 3. Have a nice weekend.